We are live. Good to see everybody again. I see the usual suspects. Give us some confirmation that you can see me on YouTube, because when I look at the screen, it says that we're having an error connecting to YouTube. So I want to make sure everybody can see me here. Please leave me a comment and let me know if you can in fact see me, hear me, and we're all good. I also want to mention that we have a show sponsor. And you can see on your bottom right. Okay, great. McKay, thank you for the signal. You can see that the show is now, where is it? Right there, powered by Jobber. And I'm going to be doing a lot more work with Jobber. I'm excited about it. And I've mentioned it before. It's not just my favorite tool to run my business. I also think that they have an amazing product development team, and they do an amazing job of being intuitive and of asking for feedback and listening and asking about problems, how to solve them, specific for the cleaning niche. And they're very concerned about the things that I'm concerned about, and they want to be actively fixing things and providing better features and things that benefit us. So very excited about Jobber. All right, today's show. Today's show is how to charge premium prices for your cleaning business without losing clients. Now, I had somebody message me the other day on Instagram, and he said something to the effect of, I'm paraphrasing it. He said, I've never lived in a city like this. I've lived in several cities, but I'm in Utah right now. I forget which city he was in. It wasn't Salt Lake. It was a smaller city. And he said, people here just don't want to pay high prices. You wouldn't understand. I just can't believe it. It's unlike any other city I've seen. And I literally said to him, basically what I said was, you're not special. And I've heard this story many, many times from different people in different cities. Inevitably, somebody thinks that it's the city or the market, but the problem is really just them. And I was very real with the guy, and he took it unbelievably well. And he said, thank you for that, gut check there. Thanks for checking me. And I was like, hey, no problem. And then I went on to tell him that this game is about raising the perceived value of what you're selling. And there are many ways to do that. And if you can learn how to do that well, you can successfully charge higher prices. And I don't want people to necessarily think that you don't need to clean big houses for big amounts of money like I talked about yesterday. You can have those clients, but remember, the big money is in the smaller homes and apartments, because you can crank them out. It doesn't take your full team. And typically those people are much easier to please. But let's get into it. We have to say hi to my mom on every episode. We have to kick it off by saying hi to my mom. And so everybody, Annette, say hi to her in the comments, please. She gave birth to me, so without her, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have the show. That's probably the best way I can get to the point there. Lindsay Reese is here. She's in the program. Lindsay, good to see you. McKay, he is a Founder Intensive member. Amelia's in the program, and I've got others here. Mame's in the program. Hey, Mame, it's good to see you here too. John from Wu-Tang here. He's been my longest term fan. Rick Benson's in the program. Felix is here, and Kayla's here. All right, I'm excited. For those of you that are new that don't know me, my name is John Margulies. I'm the founder of Happy Home Helpers, a 7-figure remote cleaning business here in Las Vegas that made over 1.5 million last year in 2025. And this year, I'm very excited that we're going to be over 2 million in 2026. And it's only the 4th year in business. So there's a lot more to go. I think I'm just barely scratching the surface. I'm also the creator of Rags to Riches University, where I teach aspiring entrepreneurs and cleaning business owners how to start and grow a profitable cleaning business using my proprietary and proven sales and marketing systems. Previously, I was brought in by a tech startup on Wall Street to grow their sales, and I was the catalyst for explosive growth that scaled to a 9-figure exit. Fortunately, none of those 9 figures came to me or in my bank account, but it's where I learned how to fine-tune high-performing sales teams and customer acquisition systems. And that's what makes me a lot different than most people that teach this business. I just come from a different side of things, and the things that are important to me are the things that generate cash. That sounded maybe a little funny. I've been featured in Entrepreneur Magazine and Yahoo Finance, and my cleaning business was named Best Cleaning Service in Las Vegas just recently in 2025 by the City Council. Everybody loves the proof check. part of the show. It's where I just show my numbers every day so that everybody can see that it's real. There's no AI. There's no pretending. We do tons of revenue every day. I show the credit card processing because it's the easiest to show the transactions. I'm going to cut to that in a second. But we are training someone new, and I just hired another person. We're now 9 virtual assistants, a team of 9. And so I asked them not to invoice in the morning like they normally do, so she could learn how to do it when she comes on. She's working later in the day. But I'll cut to it real quick because everybody loves this part of the show. All right, real quick, we're going to go to it. We're going to share screen. I believe it's a little bit of a slow day. Let's take a look. This is my login page. I'm just going to go ahead and log in. And normally it says, hi, John, or good morning, John, or good afternoon, John. There it is. Good. And you can see it is Tuesday, April 7th. All right. This is Jobber. This is the hub of my business. This is how I run my entire business. Me and the team, we live on Jobber. I'm going to focus in on the menu on the left-hand side. I'm going to very quickly go to the reports tab. And then the transactions tab is the best tell because it shows all the credit card transactions. Now we have a lot of transactions on Zelle and Venmo, and people do sometimes, if they bank at the same bank, they'll transfer, and the clients that are really good clients pay by check. Some of them like to pay by cash. And so you can see the default here is the last 30 days. If I just zoom out and scroll to the bottom, you can see the last 30 days is $161,084. Not bad for a 30-day run rate. And let's just check in how we're doing today. Today is the 7th, like I said. So the start date and the end date of my range are today, the 7th. I'm going to filter. And we've got $3,121. Not bad by noon. It's 12:08 p.m. More than half the day left. We'll probably end up somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000 today. Not bad. If you want similar results, you can certainly learn how to get them. You can work with me. You can have me teach you how to do this. It's very, very simple. And the first way that I can work with you is what I call the Remote Cleaning CEO Accelerator. It's a system that I built. It's my training system, my operating system, and weekly group coaching calls with me. You get everything: the pricing models, the hiring systems, the sales scripts, the automation workflows. There's a ton of calls of me and my team talking to real clients. So you don't have to guess. You just listen to how we do it and you replicate it. It's very, very simple. Onboarding systems for your cleaners, everything. And you also get access to the vibrant online community that a lot of these people are in that are commenting. Aaron's here. Lindsay P is here. Hi, guys. Good to see you. Kayla says hi, Annette. I love that. That's funny. And the other way is what I call the Founder Intensive. It's a 90-day private build program. This is hands-on. My team and I come in. You get everything in the Remote Cleaning CEO Accelerator, but we work closely together with you to build your business correctly from day one. You don't just get the information, you get implementation and precision. So if you're serious, you can apply. It'll be up on my website soon. I feel like I keep saying this every week, but it doesn't actually work. I keep meeting with the web designer and I'm not happy, so we keep iterating. It'll be up on the website soon, but for now, if you could put up on the screen, john@johnmargulies.com is how you can apply. And once you send me an email, I will reply with the application. You can fill it out. If you qualify, if I think you're a good fit, and I think that you're somebody that's capable of actually doing this, when I say actually doing it, I mean making the commitment. I don't mean executing and understanding. This is a cleaning business. This is simple stuff, you guys. If you've ever cleaned a house before or cleaned a room, then you know what happens in the field. It's not rocket science. It's cleaning. That's why I love the business. There's no barriers to entry. And anybody that's willing to learn and just replicate what they see, they can succeed. And this program comes with the Backstage Pass, uncensored. You hang with my team. You see how they run the business. You learn from them. It's incredible. These are the virtual assistants that start at $6 an hour and that have been with me for years. And you see how proficient they are, how much expertise they have in the business. And you very quickly notice that, if they can master it the way they have, you certainly can too. I always start the show the same way. For those of you that come every day, maybe it's getting a little repetitive, but you know what? I love it. I'm here for people who feel stuck in their job or any situation that they can't stand. People that are tired of trading their time for a paycheck, tired of building someone else's dream, tired of feeling like they don't have real options. I have been exactly where you are. I know how it feels. And I built my way out of it with a very simple remote cleaning business. Now my goal is to just help you do the same thing. Yeah, I make money, but I get a lot of fulfillment. There's nothing more rewarding and fulfilling than seeing somebody truly transform their life, do things that they didn't think they could do just months ago. And even somebody who struggles sometimes, they get this incredible confidence. I wish I could show you. I won't do this to you, Mame. I won't show like the private conversations we have, but Mame has just unlocked this new potential in her, and she can feel it. I can feel it, and she knows it's coming. But I love that part of what we do and what I do. And it's not just about potentially starting a business. It's about the experience of what being free does to you. Some of you might have to maintain a job. Some of you might have to take a job during the process. But you know what? You will become a different person. You'll have way more confidence and clarity and decisiveness. You'll realize how much more capable you are, and you will become way more resilient. And when you feel those things are aligned in your life, you can create real financial freedom and real time freedom in your life. Don't be discouraged just because there's some ups and downs. That's how business goes. I'm always just going to be straight up. I'm going to share honest perspectives, simple frameworks about mindset, sales, marketing, decision-making, and problem solving, because those are the things that you actually need to think and act like somebody who can build their own future. And you guys know how I feel. Just as important as the tactics, I want this show to be a daily reminder that transformation is possible. It's going to happen if you don't quit. And you are not crazy for wanting more. And you're definitely not alone in the journey. We're all here. We show up here. We come every day. Mommy's laughing. We come every day. We show up. And there's something to be said about that. It's very normal for humans to want more than a 9-to-5 job. It's very normal for humans to want to be in control of their lives. But you have to make a choice, because real transformation always starts with a decision. And because we begin every show with the same question, I'm going to ask it again. If you don't change anything, if you keep doing exactly what you're doing, you will very likely be in the same place 5, even 7 years from now. Feeling the same frustration, the same lack of control, and the same resentment towards your job because you're not doing anything about it. But if you committed, I mean really committed to transforming your life, there's a real chance that in much less than 5 years, you could be exactly where you want to be. So the real question is, you have to decide what hurts more. Continuing to endure a job or situation you hate, maybe you know it's a dead end, or enduring the discomfort of pursuing freedom and building something of your own. It's a temporary pain. Like I said, some people have to go through both. But at least when you're pursuing it, the pain of showing up every day at your job just to pay your bills, it's not so bad anymore. The pain of trying to change at least gives you a chance at a better life. The topic of the show today is how to charge premium prices in your cleaning business without losing clients. I know a lot of people struggle with this. It's the main reason why a lot of people who have a cleaning business come to me. Come to me. It sounded really weird. You know, as I get more comfortable talking to you guys, yeah, I know, Mommy, the 9-to-5, it's okay. Even if you have to do a side hustle or something, it's all right. Just stay focused. Yeah, I find myself wanting to veer from my normal script, if you will, because I'm more comfortable, and you know, I think that I just don't want to hold back anymore. Most cleaning business owners don't have a pricing problem, actually. They have a perception problem. The truth is that you're not charging low prices because the market forces you to. That's nonsense. You're charging low prices because your business looks like low value. And today, I'm going to show you how to fix that so you can charge more, work with better clients, and actually make the business worth it. And mommy, in your case, she's using Thumbtack as her main primary source of lead generation, and Thumbtack can be very good, but it attracts the type of customer that's shopping for price. And so if you rely on it 100%, there will be some struggles to get higher quality clients. Now, I'm not saying that Thumbtack can't be part of your marketing mix. I'm just saying I don't want anyone to rely on it as your bread and butter. All right, let's get to it. Let me say something that might hit a little bit of a nerve. If you're building a business and you're not making a fuck ton of money, what are we doing? Everybody knows that this is hard and it takes time and it takes stress, it takes energy. So if you're going to do it, why would you choose to do it for thin margins, difficult clients, and constant headaches? That's the path that most people take. They underprice because they're afraid. Afraid no one will say yes. Afraid that they're going to lose customers. Afraid that they're not worth it yet. But what actually happens is you just attract the wrong people. Low-paying clients who complain the most, expect the most, and refer you to guess who? More low-paying clients. And then you're stuck in a business that feels like a job that you hate. And in fact, with Mame, she still loves it. She told me, she just said, I really like it. I really enjoyed this. I'm enjoying the ride. I can feel it from her. She's different now. But here's the flip side that people don't really talk about. Premium clients, they're easier. It's true. They complain less. They value things like communication. They respect your time. They understand business. And they know if I want the best, I have to pay for it. And more importantly, they want you to win. My clients do. They know that they have to pay that you have to pay your cleaners well. They know that if they pay more, you show up professionally, you deliver consistently. Because I understand something that most people don't. Great service requires a great business behind it. Low prices don't just hurt your revenue. They destroy your future. Low price clients refer low price clients, and low price clients give you a low value network. High price clients refer high value clients, and you get a high value network. I just talked about this yesterday. I went to this house that was $25 million. It was on sale for $25 million. And the real estate agent that I met, I said, I don't go to job sites much, but I had a feeling it was going to be worth it. I met the agent there. She had a business suit on, came out of a new Mercedes. She looked high powered. And I'm very happy I met her because I want to be in her network. I know she's going to refer me to other agents like her that are going to give me a lot of work. You don't need to clean big, expensive houses to get that sort of person. But when you look at things, you want to be connected. And when you build a network of successful people around you that become your customers, and this is real. I mean, they take you into their circles. You get to hang with people in places that you don't normally get to do. It starts to infect you in a good way. I chose the word infect instead of affect. I did it intentionally because it is infectious. You're entering rooms with business owners, investors, athletes, celebrities. You're not just cleaning anymore. You're building relationships. You're building trust, and you're building access. That can go a long way, and it can change your life. Let's talk about the real game. Perceived value equals what people believe that your service is worth. Not what it costs you, not how long it takes, what they feel it's worth. And that perception is built through signals. So let's talk about that. How to raise perceived value, a system for it. I always like solutions. Your ads are the first impression that you make on a customer. If your ads look cheap, you will attract cheap. If your ads look cheap, you will attract cheap clients. Your ad should feel clean, premium, calm. Speak to outcomes, peace of mind, time back. Don't scream cheap deal energy. Second, your website. Your website isn't just for information, it's for positioning. If it looks like every other cleaning site, you've already lost. Premium signals are things like a clean, current design, professional real photos, clear messaging and value propositions, no clutter, strong guarantees. This is where people decide if you're worth $150 or $250. How you answer the phone. Your pricing is decided in the first 5 to 10 seconds of every call. The tone is greater than the words. If you're calm, confident, professional, not desperate, you're not trying to close them, you're guiding them. There's a difference. Your follow-up. Premium businesses don't disappear after the job. They check in. They ask for feedback. They send thank you messages. They stay top of mind. This builds trust. Trust increases perceived value, and value increases price tolerance. That's how this works. Aaron says, would you ever do a live showing how to make ads and analyze bad ads compared to good ones? Absolutely. I'll do that later this week. Great idea. Great idea for a topic. Absolutely. In fact, let's look at a real brand example. I'm going to just kind of off the top of my head here. Let's look at Apple. Everybody knows it. That's why I'm going to use it. Maybe a good example, maybe not the best, but let's talk about Apple. Apple doesn't sell phones. They sell simplicity and design, status, and most of all, Apple sells experience. That's why they can charge 2 to 3 times more than competitors in the same product category. They have a different perceived value. That's exactly what you're doing in cleaning. I know you're not Apple, but you need to understand those principles and do the same things. Now, let me clarify something really important. I just want to touch on it again. A lot of people hear high ticket jobs and think, I need to go find mansions. I don't want to mislead you. You don't have to do that. In fact, I'm going to say it again. The best money in this business is usually in smaller homes with recurring clients. Easier to clean, easier to schedule. That house yesterday took 5-6 cleaners. I mean, it ate up, a big portion of my team. Smaller homes have a higher frequency, usually. They're more predictable revenue. That's where you build a real business. The big homes and the celebrity clients, they're great to have, but that's like phase 3. Here's the point people miss. It's not about the size of the home. It's about the perception of your service. I can take a 1,500 square foot home or 2,000 square foot home, depending on how the business is positioned, and I could charge anywhere from $120 to $350. And I know that sounds insane to you, but I could do it. For the same house, same type of cleaning, just different perception. You don't need bigger homes. You need better positioning. Because when your perceived value is high, clients don't question your pricing. They trust your process. They book recurring service. And they refer you to people just like them. And that's how you stack revenue fast. Not by chasing one-off massive jobs, but by building a base of high-quality, recurring clients in normal homes who are happy to pay premium prices. That's how you do it. That's the secret to the game. The goal isn't to clean the biggest houses. The goal is to make the most money per house in the homes that you already have access to. That's my thought. Now, I want to go to the quote of the day. I think people like this segment too. I'm going to bring back my buddy. I'm not going to show you pictures of us this time. I think you guys have probably seen enough. But I do have a very close relationship with Warren Buffett. I fell into it. It was very lucky for me to have this relationship. But there's a quote from Warren today, and I want to bring him back to the show. Taj, would you do me the honor, please? This is my favorite Warren Buffett quote. By far. Warren says, and to pay attention, price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. And he also says, when there is extreme value, price becomes non-issue. I think a lot of people misunderstand this because they think it means give more value. But here's the deeper truth. And I spoke to Warren, and I've asked him about this. He said that people don't buy based on price. They buy based on perceived value. If the value feels high, the price feels small. They're sort of the inverse of each other, as Warren says. If the value feels low, the price feels expensive. So your job isn't to lower your price. Your job is to raise the perception of the value. I know, it's my favorite quote, Aaron. I love it too. All right, I have some questions to ask the audience. I always write down 3 questions. Let's see if I can recall my first question. I'd love to see some engagement already. I love the participation. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to say hi to my mom. Question number 1. Would you hire your company at the price you want to charge? I think that's a very fair question. Would you hire your own company at the prices that you want to charge? Anybody want to take a crack at that in the comments? Question number 2. What signal or what, absolutely, I love it. What signals in your business might be making you look cheaper than you actually are? Lindsay P says yes. Kayla says yes. What signals in your business might be making you look cheaper than you actually are? Think about it. And lastly, are your current clients the type of people you want more of? I think that's the best one. Think about your clients. You want more of those people? If you do, you're on the right track. If you don't, pivot. If you want to be a guest of the show, oh, you know what? I forgot. She told me she wouldn't be able to come on. And then let me check. I might have Nicole from Posh Cleaning available. Let me see here. She was supposed to be on today, but she told me she had something come up, and she said she would come on tomorrow. She says Thursday. All right. I thought I forgot to check back with her. Thursday, Nicole from Posh is going to be up. If you want to be a guest of the show, you can come up now. You can come up. You can set a date. Taj will send you a link. We can't put it up on the screen because of spammers. But if you want to be a guest of the show, I welcome you up here. We can talk. You can ask any questions you want. You'll have my undivided attention. And hopefully I'll give you some clarity on whatever it is that you want to discuss. But this one was important to me because a lot of people have questions around pricing. And a lot of people have this feeling that they're new. Maybe they don't have a lot of reviews yet, so they can't charge a high price. Let me tell you something. That's nonsense in your own head, because think about the buyer's journey. Someone goes to Google, they search, you come up, and for whatever reasons, out of the myriad of options that they have, they choose you. They click on you. They call you. That means you're in command. Even if Thumbtack gave you as one of the names of the companies they recommend, that means that you have made it to that stage. That means you're worthy. Don't put something in your mind that thinks otherwise. Run with it. Here's the core lesson and the takeaway for today. You guys know I like to have a takeaway at the end of every script that I put together. If you remember one thing from this entire live, make it be this. You don't need more customers. You need better positioning. Because better positioning attracts better clients, which allows higher pricing, creates more profit. It makes the business enjoyable. Making money is fun. It's a lot of fun. Mame says, I'm curious to learn about how she's been running her business. Can't wait to hear from Nicole. Yeah, no, she's something else. You guys will be in for a treat. McKay says, we need to upgrade our cleaners to increase the values for our clients. First impressions are huge for perceived value. I agree. And in fact, I want to build on that. I think when your VAs or when you answer the phone, that's the biggest thing. The way you sound, your energy, what you are emitting, emoting, those are the things that matter. You know, everybody sends some type of vibration. Everybody has a different type of energy. When I train the people that answer the phones, I specifically tell them, answer with intention, smile when you answer the phone. I want the person on the other line to feel your energy. I want them to feel that you are genuinely happy that they chose to call you and that you have an opportunity to get their business out of every other cleaning company. Show some fucking gratitude. The guy who doesn't like when I curse, he's going to blow me up. I know it. I'm going to get an email later. He's really going to give me a piece of his mind. Cal Borst T7V, I think you're new. Welcome. Would you recommend learning to clean Airbnbs first? Give me some more context. When you say first, you mean like launching an Airbnb cleaning business without cleaning standard cleans and just like regular cleaning? Is that what you mean? If you're asking that question, I'll wait for you to reply so I can give you more clarity. The answer would be no. I wouldn't recommend to learn cleaning Airbnbs first. The reason why is because to be valuable to Airbnb hosts, you have to be available. You have to have cleaners that are ready to go. You need to be able to handle requests on a whim, and you need to be somebody who can come through for them on Sundays and holidays. So if you go that route first and you don't have like a nice set of cleaners on your team that are available and you know what days they work, and Sundays is a big day for checkout, and Sundays is a big day that people like to go to church or be with their family or do other things. So if you don't have that kind of availability for them, you're not going to be a good cleaning service for them. So no, I wouldn't recommend going out of the gate with it. Because you need to keep cleaners busy on regular jobs so that they start to open up their availability to you, see that they can make real money with you, trust to give you their entire full-time schedule. And then once you've established that with 5, 15, 20 of those types of people, you're a huge asset to Airbnbs. I hope that helps. Making money is fun. Most people start a business thinking, I just need to get customers. So they say yes to anyone at any price, and slowly they build something they don't even like. But you have a choice. You can decide. You can decide who you serve, what you charge, what your business represents. And yeah, you might lose some low-paying clients. Good. Because holding on to low-margin clients is one of the most dangerous things that you can do. It's more dangerous to keep shitty clients. If someone can't afford your price, that's not your problem. Because the right clients They're not looking for cheap. They're looking for certainty. I wouldn't have $3,100 at noon every day or more. That's low for me if this wasn't true. And my market isn't special. Nobody's is. People are looking for certainty and trust. So stop trying to be the cheapest option in the room and start becoming the one people trust the most. Because when trust goes up, you guys, price becomes irrelevant. I know you might think it's easy for me to say, but it's true. We got a couple more new people here, and Cowboy says, got it. I started off in residential and have been struggling to sub it. I have the financial backing to learn first and do free cleans first to build relationships to get my foot in the door. Okay, that's great. Be careful with that. I know I would never recommend starting with the free clean. I know it might in practice sound like a good way to like prove yourself, but you're going to send the wrong message. Anybody that wants that probably won't be the best client. You might get lucky, and it might hold true, but that's, I wouldn't do that. I would only just right from the get-go, I would charge full price and set a precedence with everybody. I see Tiagor 5158. Hi. He says hello, everybody. Everybody give him a warm welcome. I like having new people here. This is nice. I love my regulars. Any questions, comments? If you want to be a guest of the show, just DM me on Instagram. If you want to be part of one of my 2 programs, if you want access to my training, if you want me to help you build your business, email me, john@johnmargalite.com. No H, just JON @johnmargalite.com. Aaron says it's nice to see new people. It certainly is. If anybody has any questions, if you're new here, Cal Borst, he's asking questions. He's taking full advantage of the time. I love it. I'm happy to answer any more questions. Rick Benson says, I plan to offer free cleanings to cancer patients who need help as a community service. That I like. That I like. I like community service. I don't like, let me do this for you for free, and then you call me back if you think I do a nice job. I'm not a fan of that. But Cal Borst, if it works for you, give us some feedback. I've never tried that. I just don't like the sound of it. But then again, I make people do an hour or 2 of free cleaning to audition for a job with me. It's not because I want the free cleaning. It's just because that's the audition. I can't tell if somebody can be valuable unless they show me in action. So I ask them to do so. If they are opposed to it, they're not a good fit for me. If they're happy to oblige, great. They have a shot at getting a good job. Rick Benson, I like that community service. I imagine that the community service aspect would be a good way to build the business as well. You get a lot of clients that way. Debbie at Cleaning Business Fundamentals. What's Debbie's last name? Shoot, I forget. But Debbie does that. She started to do that a long time ago. Community service. She was actually helping people that had illnesses that couldn't physically clean, and she was bringing in crews to help them. A lot of Marines and other guys helped out and did the program. It was really nice. Kayla, would you do a significant discount, 30 to 40% off for the first time cleans, especially if they're potentially recurring? No. If you do that, it sends to Debbie Sardoni. Thank you, Lindsay. If you do that, number one, you're signaling that you're extremely weak. Number two, nobody that has a good cleaning business has cleaners available for that. Remember, there's an opportunity cost. If you send your cleaners to a job where you're not making money, you're potentially not sending them to a job that you can. Don't start off that way. Start off by charging high prices, setting a precedence. Nobody that wants value is expecting a huge discount. It's misaligned. The people that really value a good service expect to pay good money. They're not value shoppers. The discounts don't, in fact, discounts turn them off. They feel like something's cheap, something's not right. Let's play a clip. Let's go to Taj. Play this clip on 3. Pay attention to what Ryan Dice says. Ryan Dice is a rich guy. He's a wealthy guy. He's one of the guys who really got internet marketing off the ground. Listen to what he says.
The cheaper you go, the more broke customers you attract.
Fact.
And broke customers call nonstop, want discounts, and leave bad reviews. So I've raised my prices, lost a few clients, but gained a bunch of good ones. They pay full price and they tell all their rich friends.
Look, 1000% agree. And I can attest to this because, not to be weird, but I'm the rich customer. I walk in and my first instinct is just to buy the most expensive thing available because I value my time more than just saving a few bucks. And then after I've made the investment, I'm going to make sure that I get value from it because, again, I value my time. Even if the thing sucks, I'm still not going to complain and I'm not going to go in and I'm not going to ask for a refund because, wait for it, I value my time to waste a lot of my time complaining. So yes, charge premium prices, attract premium clients, and then deliver a premium experience so that they tell their premium friends. Your margins will thank you.
The cheaper you go, the more broke customer.
Here, Ryan, you know, not to be weird, but I'm this way too. If I walk into a store or I look at a menu and one steak is like high price, I'm like, oh, I want that one. That's what you want. Good customers don't think about discounts. They don't bargain hunt. Their time just simply isn't worth it. We were out at True Food Restaurant last weekend, my wife and I, and we bring the dog. They have outside seating. It's really nice. And we were sitting there and they, you know, I mean, it's not like a super fancy restaurant, but a grain bowl with chicken in it is, you know, $24. It's not cheap. That's expensive for one meal. The food came, the chicken was dry. It was like almost rubbery. I couldn't eat it. And I'll eat anything. I stopped eating it after a couple of bites. And my wife said, why don't you just, you know, have them bring you out a new one? And I'd rather just leave. And she was like, why? You know, you paid for the food. And I'm like, it's not worth my time. I don't have energy to build a business, take care of the dog, try to have a child, do all these things, and complain about my meal. I don't want to spend my energy like that. I don't want to do it. I'd rather just leave it and not come back anymore. That's what I do. I don't complain. You know, it's not worth it. Maybe that sounds weird to some people, but those are the kind of people you want to attract. We only have so much to give. We have to be careful and choose wisely in what we're giving and who we're giving it to and why we're giving it. That's not a good give. I knew the waiter was working hard. He was hustling and running back and forth. He didn't deserve to have somebody get upset with him. I'm sure they meant to do it right in the back. They didn't. I just won't go back there anymore. That's all. I'm not going to complain. I just don't want to eat there anymore. That's a good clip. Ryan is absolutely right. I see another. Rick Benson makes a good point. That's my number one option there. Rick Benson says 7th clean free type deals seems best. He's right. What I do is if you commit to 6 cleans, you don't have to pay for it all up front, but I get them to say like, yes, I'm going to commit. That alone is enough to move somebody to stick with it. Very few people I have on those plans and they don't fulfill it. So I tell them you commit to 6 cleans and the 7th one will be free. That way I'm not giving anything free up front. I'm making them do 6 cleans at full price. And then at the end of the day, I did the math. It's like discounting each clean by $15. So I'm not really losing much. And it made the lifetime value of my customers much higher. I was keeping customers longer. And then I want to mention again, the people that would call and cancel because they couldn't afford it anymore or, you know, they were tight on money. I said, why don't you get the essentials plan? We'll do the bathrooms and the floors. Just the bathrooms and the floors so you can, you know, keep those 2 things clean. And, you know, we'll give it to you at X amount of dollars. A lot of people like actually take it. It's better to get some money from a customer than not get any anymore, obviously. Calbor says, That's what we did in my previous business as a free lead magnet for qualified clients, and it worked great. Doing the cleaners myself and then slowly training others, I guess, from there would work great. Oh, doing the cleans myself. Sorry, it's small here. I'm reading it. Doing the cleans myself. So, I mean, you could definitely do that. I know Lindsay Reese does some of the cleaning herself, and she's building that way. She's just taking in the cash. When I started my business, I didn't do any cleaning. There were a couple of times where I would go and maybe help out or go to direct a little bit like I did the other day, but you know, everybody's different. I don't think doing the cleaning is a bad thing if you really like have to make some cash and that's what you want to do. I'm not mad at that, actually. I think that that's good because it teaches you empathy. If you really understand what the cleaners go through, you'll connect with them much better. You'll have a better relationship with them. If you've never walked in their shoes, like literally, it's hard to connect sometimes. It really is. It's 12:48. Unless anybody has any other questions, I'm going to wrap up. I really enjoyed today's show. I hope that everybody was not just listening, but believing. I know some people think that they're different and their market is different and their customers are different. It's not. There are always people that will pay for value and value getting their time back, value consistent quality, value communication. I feel like my customers want to help me. I feel like they're rooting for me. And I feel like they're rooting for me because of the way I treat them. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Taj will kill me if I don't say the show was brought to you by Jobber. Thanks.